Good morning, SVN, and all of our invited guests. Welcome to SVN Live, our weekly property broadcast for August 7th, 2017. We welcome everybody and look forward to all the presentations this morning. We've got some great inventory for you, along with some great announcements and upcoming events. Let's welcome our newest advisors. We have a great list of people nationwide that have joined our organization. 220 plus offices throughout America, serving 500 separate marketplaces. These are great additions to our team. Please reach out and welcome them, and look forward to seeing them all at Tamaya in New Mexico in next year. Okay, so let's go to some economic talking points. We've got a couple for you this morning. We just wanted to provide some data that you can share with your clients. Good news all around, I think. Construction spending is growing, but at a slower pace, first part of 2017, but still really good to the economy. Census Bureau reported essentially no growth in construction spending from April to May, but look at the number, $1.23 billion. That's still a lot of money going into commercial real estate. Spending is up 6.1% over the same period in 2016, so it's definitely in the right direction. Steady construction spending at today's levels, healthy, obviously, for the economy and our industry. And candidly, labor is getting short for the construction trades. That's delaying some projects. I know here in Chicago, some of the high-rise projects are adding literally a floor every 2 days. So the pace at which we are building is significant. Also, good news, the key indices for manufacturing is rising with strong growth trend. That's good for America, it's good for our economy, and certainly it's good for commercial real estate. The Institute for Supply Management's Key Purchasing Managers Index read 57.8 in June, up from its May reading, and anything over 50 is considered positive. This measure has been increasing for the last 10 months. I'm sure we'll get a tweet that that's all the responsibility of the White House. However, the resurgence in American manufacturing is sustaining, appears to be accelerating, and this should help in long-term strong demand for industrial real estate. We truly believe that nationwide for industrial teams. All right, we want to talk about some of our recently closed transactions. First up, we'd like to congratulate Steve Fithian and Clint Montgomery, along with Tony Youssef. They closed this deal on a best and final offer transaction at $1.6 million. This deal closed at 94% of list, only took 51 days to do it. And, you know, we just don't see a lot of REO, and this is the end of a lot of our early on REO. And thanks to Tony Youssef, we all have an opportunity to participate in some of that. We want to congratulate Connie Neville and Hans Hardesty on this transaction. This was a self-storage portfolio, closed at $1.6 million. And I have to kind of shout out to Connie Neville on this deal. We know that the 4 traits of a top producer are tenacity, self-starter, self-motivated, and able to maintain relationships with people. That's Connie in a nutshell. She contacted this special servicer back in 2016 to do some BOVs for him. They went through a terrible experience with 10X, an auction that didn't happen. That does happen quite frequently. Anyway, 10X is handed it back off, and who brought the buyer into the transaction? Connie Neville. She got it done. Double-digit cap rates due to occupancy at less than 40%. Opportunity all along, and anyone who's worked with a special servicer knows she earned every bit of that commission. All right, Chris Brutero, we want to congratulate you on this $4 million self-storage transaction. 292 units, 95% occupied, built right at the peak of the marketplace, and awesome part of the country as well, that section of Florida. Congratulations. We want to congratulate Steve Davis and Les Byron on this one. These guys really know how to get it done. This is an $8.3 million transaction sold at 166 bucks a foot. It's going to serve as the rent-a-car company's corporate headquarters, and just a beautiful building and a beautiful transaction. Steve, Les, congratulations, guys. Sanjay Mundra, our council chair of hotels, and Brian Robbins, who you'll hear from later this morning, closed this $10 million Fairfield Inn and Suites. Unbelievable that it went from closed in 30 days from the day it went under contract. If you've been around hotel motel business, that's almost a record. Congratulations to both of you. Jonathan Kessler, Joey Weinel, congratulations on this North Charleston, South Carolina transaction. $12,100,000. Look at the price per unit for South Carolina, $75,006. An emerging market within North Charleston, well occupied, beautiful transaction. Nice job, Jonathan and Joey, JJ. Nice job. All right, we've got some featured inventory this morning, and I want to remind those presenters that have rehearsed with us earlier today that in the upper right-hand corner of your app, you'll see a red microphone and camera. You turn those white, and you will unmute them, turn them red again, and they'll be muted again. And as backup, you have our trustee, Sarah Vincent. So we've got $104 million worth of inventory this morning, and buy-side fee of $1,748,000 a share. As you know, 100% of the time, 50% of the commission is available to you when you close one of these many transactions with us, and we sure look forward to you doing just that. First up, let's bring up Samantha Jermusik on behalf of Frank Jermusik and Chris Kubesh. She's got a glorious little opportunity for you that's historical and only $1 million.
Good morning, John. Good morning, SVN. My name is Samantha Jermusik, and I'm presenting on behalf of Frank, Chris, and myself. This is the historic Westby House Inn in Westby, Wisconsin for $1 million. The property was constructed in 1907, and even after adding numerous improvements, it has managed to keep its original charm. The Westby House Inn is located in the beautiful, quiet town of Westby, Wisconsin. The town is great for fishing, hiking, biking through tree-canopied trails, and actually, it's very close to the bicycling capital of America. It's only 15 minutes away. There are vineyards, golf courses, unique shops, and more. It is about 2.5 hours from Madison, Wisconsin, and Minneapolis, Minnesota. There are 3 hotel buildings with 10 total units. Currently, the hotel and the restaurant are only operated for 7 months out of the year, so there's extra opportunity for income here. The property is currently ran as a bed and breakfast, but it has license to be operated as a small hotel. If the new owner chooses to keep it as a bed and breakfast, there's a spacious innkeeper's apartment in the historic main house. And if the new owner chooses to run the property as a hotel, the existing apartment could be transformed into extra units. The restaurant is only open as lunch and catering right now. However, the restaurant and bar are capable of being fully operational for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The restaurant also includes a coffee, tea, and ice cream bar. Finally, there's an on-site parking lot and a very large garage building. And John, my dad keeps threatening he's going to buy it and retire, so you better move on this one fast.
All right, Sam, I look forward to it. And I wouldn't want to enter a race with Frank because he's just too darn good. Thank you, Sam, and congratulations on one of the best photos I've ever seen on SVN Live. All right, let's bring up Tim House, one of our great brokers out of New Mexico, right in the middle of Hatch's chili country, and I think the harvest is near. He's got a wonderful single tenant for us, priced at $1,075,000.
Thank you, John. Yes, and the harvest, this year's harvest has started a couple of weeks ago.
Great.
So, we're pleased to present this absolute net leased Kentucky Fried Chicken in beautiful Taos, New Mexico. The tenant has just executed a new 10-year lease effective July 1. There's a 7% rental increase beginning of year 5. This very experienced tenant operates 34 stores in New Mexico, Kansas, and Oklahoma. The town of Taos is only about 6,000 population, but the trade area extends across the area to in excess of 30,000. A compelling reason for your client to purchase this property, with no landlord responsibilities is that it will provide another reason to visit Taos, home to world-famous skiing in a really significant Taos, culturally significant Taos Pueblo, which has been occupied for more than 600 years. We welcome conversations with you and your clients on this property. It is located on the south end of Taos, on the bypass to Angel Fire Resort, which is located about 30 miles to the east of Taos. That's it. Thank you very much.
All right, Tim, thank you. Nothing better than a big bucket of chicken if you're going up skiing, and that gives you an opportunity to do that. Saw a lot of KFCs in France recently, so that's fun. Tim, thanks so much. Renato's going to join us this morning. He and Michael Chang have joined forces on a Main Street property right in Bellflower, California at $1,250,000.
Good morning. The Bellflower Brew Development is located at 16704, 16712 through 720 Bellflower Boulevard in Bellflower, California. The offering price is $1.25 million. Total lot size is 12,072. 16704 has an existing retail unit of 3,935 square feet. If a building is constructed on the vacant lot, the rentable square feet will be 10,000. Bellflower is located right in the middle of LAX, downtown LA, and Disneyland, to kind of give you a perspective of where it's located. The most exciting story behind this offering is the light rail that will stop 2 blocks north of the property. The Union Station to Artesia light rail has been fast-tracked for the 2028 Olympics. The Olympics will be offered officially to the city in September, and the city council only needs to approve at this juncture. If an investor were to buy just the building and not the lot, the pro forma cap rate is 8.8% based on $1.40 a square foot monthly or $16.80 a square foot annually. The city of Bellflower is offering incentives for food and beverage businesses with a successful track record, such as a free the property is part of the emerging district. Improvement in fixtures and equipment subsidies are offered based on the quality of the operator. The city will allow a beer garden, patio, or building on a vacant lot. Outdoor area cap rates for restaurants are in the 5% range, according to CoStar, and standard retail stores are north of 6%. Thank you.
All right, Renato, thank you very much. We had a little trouble with the audio there, but we absolutely got the gist, and we know where to find you. Hey, let's go to Jeff Klein, Michael Finch. They've got a couple of properties to present this morning. First one has Michael Chang involved and includes a price reduction.
Hey, good morning, SVN, and thank you all for participating today. We've got another co-listing opportunity with Michael Chang here out of the Los Angeles office in Sherman Oaks. With Jeff Klein and myself, we've got an opportunity to co-list this 59-unit Regency apartment building, and yes, we do have a nice $150,000 price reduction, which we received last week, and have done a call for offers for August 9th. So the new marketing price at $2.7 million, or just about $45,700 per unit, approximately. The Regency consists of 59 apartment units. There's 15 single-story buildings built in '64 and sits on about 1.55 acres of land, fronting on the I-17 in the improving Black Canyon corridor. The property is ideally situated to access major freeways and arterial streets, which further access the valley at large and the massive job core to both North Phoenix and south to downtown Phoenix, where downtown AS2 is. One of the area's immediate major demand generators in the last few years is the Grand Canyon University campus, less than a mile from the site, which has been buying and improving large blocks of land and buildings in the immediate neighborhood. The property is individually metered and has a great unit mix for this demographic area, consisting of 15 2-1, 6-1-1s, and 38 studios, which about a third of those are larger deluxe studios. Property runs with a very low expense ratio at about 30%, which at current rents boasts a real 7.22% going in cap rate with below market rents. The property was lightly renovated in 2014 with interior and exterior improvements, but a new owner could bump the rents even further by updating unit interiors from current condition on unit terms. Additional income can also be realized by reopening the currently defunct laundry room, which is just being used right now to store miscellaneous storage. It is an extremely easy property to keep full. It's been running at 97% occupancy with little to no marketing efforts. This is the owner's last property in the Phoenix area, and he lives in California. He's looking to recapitalize on an asset there and is extremely eager to put a deal together. So please bring all offers. As I said, we got a short window here. Call for offers on August 9th. Appreciate any interest and let us know if you have any questions. Thank you.
All right, Michael, and we have up
then
your portfolio.
Yes, thank you, Don. Next deal here, we kind of introduced this last week, but we had some audio problems at the time, so we're just going to redo it here. This is the Santan Heights 198 build for rent portfolio, which is located in the southeast portion of the valley known as Santan Heights. Santan Heights is a gorgeous master plan community nestled in the foothills of the Santan Mountains. Santan Heights was one of the newest subdivisions in the Southeast Valley pre-recession and has begun picking up a lot of steam again here, as several builders are currently offering new residential retail buyers options to purchase in Santan Heights, including Shea Homes, KB, Beazer, LGI, Meritage, Lennar, and a handful of local builders as well. The rental demand in this area has proven to be very strong, with the biggest REITs in the country picking up multiple one-offs for their existing SFR rental portfolios in the area. Now an investor has an opportunity to work with an experienced and national production builder to purchase some or all of the homes within this subdivision for rental housing. These built-for-rent homes will be a mix of 3 and 4 bedroom homes, averaging 2,050 square feet, all with 2-car garages. 1-year stabilized rents will range from $1,650 to $1,750 per month, or 80 to 85 cents a square foot. Investors can pre-lease these homes prior to closing and take down in tranches at certificate of occupancy, creating an immediate cash flow and return on your investment starting day one. This property will conservatively hit a 1-year stabilized cap rate of 6.26 with a year one leverage IRR of 77.6%. Please give Jeff Klein or myself a call or an email if you have further questions. Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Michael, thank you. Appreciate the opportunities. Let's go to Michael Hoffman. He's got a couple of deals to talk about this morning. He and Kevin Jennings have one to introduce us at $3,290,000, built in 1929. What a good time to build.
Thanks, John, and good morning, SVN advisors. This almost 55,000 square foot historical building, as John said, built in 1929, is located in the Hendersonville CBD, and it's at a lighted intersection, corner of North King Street and 7th Avenue, which is the main entrance into the downtown Hendersonville area. More than 11,000 cars drive by this location every day. Zoning is central mixed use, which allows for multiple uses, but it's best suited for conversion to loft apartments, boutique hotel, or possibly even offices. The city of Hendersonville is developer friendly, and they are actively looking for more downtown developers. They want to offer a place for people to live, work, and play. And as I said, downtown Hendersonville is a great place, and we'd love to take an offer to the owner of this.
All right, Michael, let's see if we have your audio still there for your beautiful land opportunity.
Are we up?
There you are. Yes, I hear you.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I'm a few slides back for some reason, but anyway, this I presented this last week, but the video portion wasn't showing. So this is the Mount Pisgah View Ranch, and this is truly a one-of-a-kind property. It's one of the last large parcels in western North Carolina. Been owned by the same family since the 1700s. This property is currently being used as a dude ranch, but the highest and best use is redevelopment for either luxury estate home sites, resort conference facilities, or a spa retreat. It's located about 20 miles from downtown Asheville. The property borders the Pisgah National Forest, and Mount Pisgah is in the background. It's got 360-degree mountain views with more than 3 miles of ridgeline. The site has numerous streams and ponds, and it's offered at $25 million. Thank you, John.
Michael, thank you, and thanks for that great opportunity, and also one of the best pictures I've seen on SVN Live. Let's go to Tim Davis. He has as close to the water as you can get for us at $3.6 million this morning.
Hey guys, you there? Yeah. Audio issue earlier. So this is basically an acre inside the seawall. It's fully entitled for 86 condo units. It's one of the last vacant development sites in Daytona Beach Shores, which is its own independent municipality just south of Daytona Beach proper. Much more residential feel and footprint in Daytona Beach Shores. The city of Daytona Beach Shores has had a height restriction for 20 years. You can see from the picture on the slide, there's an awfully tall building on one side and a short building on the other. So you can now build as tall as that one on the right, as of about 60 days ago. So even though the density has not changed, you can still only build 86 units. When you can go taller, all of the condo units can then be direct ocean front, no side view units, no city view units. So that's kind of changed the look here. Seller is really motivated on this news. We had it on the market for 4.5, and we've lowered it to 3.6, so a $900,000 price reduction. You can see there's a healthy buy-side fee there. So if you have a condo developer from anywhere else in the world that wants to come to sunny Florida, I think it's an excellent opportunity here. Very experienced owners. They're student housing developers by trade. They probably consider a JV. They own the property free and clear. They subordinate the land to a strong developer or something along those lines. So bring us a deal. I've got some other oceanfront sites if you want to talk about bigger ones than this too. So this one's new to the market at a new price.
All right, Tim, thank you so much. Great job, great opportunity. Let's go to Sanjay Mundra, our council chair of hotels, and Brian Robbins. Brian's going to tell us a little about a hospitality portfolio in North Carolina. Brian, do we have you?
I'm here. Thanks, John.
All right, sir.
Good morning, everybody. SVN Hotels is happy to present this Town Place Suites by Marriott portfolio. So there's two properties available, one in Charlotte and one in Raleigh, which are the two largest markets here in North Carolina. They're very similar properties. They're both built in 2000 and recently renovated in 2014. The Charlotte property is a 96-room, 3-story interior corridor, and the Raleigh property is a 97-room, 4-story interior corridor. So there's a total of 193 rooms. They're both located in office parks near both the Charlotte Douglas Airport and Raleigh-Durham International, and located near the major highway, so the demand generators are there. They both do a little over $5 million in room revenue. For hotel operators, there's a minimal change of ownership property improvement plan for both the properties, and there's long-term licensing available from Marriott, and we also have some financing available for qualified buyers. There's we got other uses available for this property as well. So since Town Place is an extended stay hotel, all the rooms are fully equipped with full kitchens. So you got a stovetop, you got your oven, dishwashers, and a full-size refrigerator. So this could be an option for either independent living or some type of corporate housing. So there's several uses available. So if you've got a hotel client or an independent living client, shoot me over an email, and I'll be happy to provide you with a confidentiality agreement and provide you with financials and star reports and all that good stuff. So thank you.
Brian, thank you very much. And of course, independent living is the wave of the future. What a great opportunity. Thanks. Let's just remind you that we've got some events and webinars always at SVN. Later today, our Hospitality Council meeting will take place at 11 on the West Coast, 2 on the East Coast. On Tuesday, August 8th, the Institutional Capital Markets team is going to be on the phone. Join Gabriel for that, 10 on the West Coast, 1 on the East Coast. And then Catherine House, our Council Chair of Medical Office, will host her call, 9 on the West Coast, noon on the East Coast. And if you don't have anything to do on Saturday morning around 8:30 on the West Coast, 11:30 on the East Coast, I'd love to have you join me for our SVN Saturday call. It is a tradition of our organization. We'll share some best practices, some good ideas, and of course, whatever is on your mind, it's an open microphone for you to share ideas, thoughts, needs, and wants. All right, we want to invite everybody, including your clients, to our Investor Economic Forum coming up Tuesday, August 15th, 10 on the West Coast, 1 on the East Coast. About an hour of time to be able to spend with Dr. Joshua Harris. He is the provider of our economic talking points on SVN Live. He is a great mind, a brilliant young man in commercial real estate. He's going to talk a little about the 2018 outlook, which I know we're all interested in as well. And we invite you to join us. Also, just a reminder, we've got our last 2017 SVN Jumpstart. This one will be held in San Diego, California. Something to do after Thanksgiving, November 28th to December 1st. We all ask you to join in. We have all the new advisors that were listed this morning and previous SVN Live. Got a lot of people that could benefit from the SVN inculcation that takes place in our 4-day interactive event, and we look forward to seeing everybody in Southern California. Also, obviously, it's time to make sure that you have on your calendar the SVN International Corporation's 2018 annual conference. We're going to go right in the backyard of Tim House and go to the Hyatt Regency Tamaya Resort and Spa. Gorgeous place, beautiful area. You can't imagine how pretty that is. And we might even be able to have some of those famous Hatch's chilies if we're there. So please join us for that. I would be remiss if I didn't wear my SVN blue beret from Paris, which was a requirement of one of our advisors. So I fulfilled that requirement. And the last slide just reminds you that we want to thank you for joining us this morning on SVN Live. Everything that we do at SVN is at www.svn.com. And 100% of the time, 50% of the commission is available to you when you close a transaction with us. And we look forward to you doing just that. Bonjour.